Welcome back to Samara Builds, where I'm building a better life. I've talked about a lot of ways that I have already been building my life, and like I have mentioned before, I'm going to go into ways that I'm actively doing so. One of those ways is through my finances. Now, before I get into it, please like this video, subscribe, all those things. Thanks. Okay, so I'm not great with my finances. I'm not. And honestly, me talking about my finances is terrifying. Like, I would rather tell you my darkest secrets right now. I would rather pretty much do anything. I get so uncomfortable talking about money in general. Talking about money just makes me anxiety. But it's something that I want to grow and get better at and be more comfortable with. So here we go. Giddy up. Giddy on up. I'm not like terrible with my finances. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I do have a little bit of money saved. I am paying off debts. And I don't want to get into like how much I have in debt, because that's not the point of this. Is just like I'm just getting out of debt. I want to be better at my finances overall, and I want it to be relatable to you. So honestly, however much debt you have, just say that's how much I have. If it's $2,000, awesome. 20,000, me too. 200,000, same here, brother. The focus is the whole general idea of finances and just money in general. Something I want to be more conscious of, something I want to get better at. I think it's a skill that I can learn. I believe in myself. So here we go. I bought this book, Financial Feminist. I'm only a quarter of the way through, but already it's a 10 out of 10 recommend for me, because she brings up a lot of points that other like finance self-help books don't bring up, and she helps get rid of any of like the shame associated with finances in general and debt, and where you're spending your money. And I bought this workbook because Amazon was like, oh, you should also buy the workbook. Don't. She has places in the book that you can write down things. Like, she has like questions and challenges and exercises. There's space for it in here, so don't buy this. Now, at the beginning of the book, she talks about like the different narratives we have around money and where your relationship with money comes from. And then this one's really interesting for me, right about your first money memory, which is fascinating. My first money memory is I had a jar of coins when I was little, and somebody stole all my coins, and I never got that money back. Also, just my first memories of money in general are just like our family talking about, like, if money was ever talked about, it was just, we don't have it. Which I know my dad did his best, and he did, probably doesn't have a good relationship with money either, which is not his fault. It's not anybody's fault. We're taking away the shame and the stigma. But I'm going to write out some of these journal entries. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to keep checking in 3 months. Let's see how my finances change. I'm hopeful. I'm really excited. Here we go. I'm not always the kind of person that like fills in every question of a self-help book, but the questions and challenges that she poses are actually really interesting and really helpful, and have really shifted my mindset with finances, so I really recommend it. So often in this book, she talks about setting up a money date for yourself. And that is where you sit down and go through your finances, go through your budget. I like to do it old school, paper and pencil. I'm an old lady at heart. Like I said, don't buy this because there's already space in the book. But as I've been going through the book, I've been filling out each question and challenge that she poses. And like I said, it's super helpful. So at the beginning of the book, she talks about going through your budget and where you're spending your money. And an interesting thing that I've not seen before is that she wants you to look at how were you feeling when you made this purchase? What was going on in your life? Like, sort of what instigated you to make the purchase, and does it sit right with you now that you're looking back on it and going through your finances? Is this a choice that you would make again? This has been illuminating for me, and it's a exercise that I really recommend. And then again, I am going through on each of these money dates and filling out the challenges and questions that she poses. I think it's important to do them like in order as you're reading the book, because you're learning as you go. And like I said, it is really interesting and really illuminating. Another thing that I'm doing on each of these money dates is going through my budget, and I like to list it all out on a full calendar of when exactly I'm getting paid and when certain bills are due. It helps me just to be able to look at the full month in general and sort of know what to expect with each paycheck and each payment. And this is definitely something I'm going to do going forward. Now for me, having each of the money dates be like inside at my desk felt just super formal and stuffy. So anytime that I can take it outside or just somewhere else in general, I really have enjoyed doing that. I think it's been really good for me and my experience. Also, I just make it nice for myself. I have like a nice little snack or drink and just try to make it as enjoyable as possible. Going to Spain, which I'm so excited about. Also, why did I plan a 2-week trip to Europe in the middle of my financial challenge? I kind of feel dumb for planning. Whatever. I'm not dumb. This is life. I'm excited about my trip. I have it budgeted out, so it's okay. I shouldn't feel guilty about taking trips and spending money on things like this. Like, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm excited about it. It's in my budget. We're good. We're Gucci. It's okay. It's okay. My first money date after getting back from Spain, I am really proud of myself with how well I stuck to my budget, and going over everything was fine. I did not need to feel guilty at all about taking that trip. It's good for me. I'm just going to keep sticking on track and sticking to my budget, following my financial plans. So excited! It's morning time. I like to get out and just get some morning sun with my coffee before everybody in my house is awake. But the other day I met up with my friend from high school. Her name's Jess, and she showed me how to set up a Roth IRA. It is so easy. It's so easy to set one up, and you just have to make sure your money's invested. And like, I don't know why my whole life I thought it was this complicated thing. Whatever. I set up a Roth IRA. Such a freaking adult, guys. It's so easy. You just do it. Either way, I'm proud of myself. Even though it was super easy, I'm proud of myself. And I'm still excited to continue on this journey. Speaking of like a Roth IRA and just my future, one of the things that she talks about in the book is thinking about your future self. What do you want your life to look like? When do you want to retire? What does retirement look like? What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? These are all super important questions that honestly I never really thought about, just because my depression has gotten in the way of me thinking about my future in a positive way. And this has been such a shift for me to be able to think about myself as an old person or just myself in the future at all. It's been cool. It's really liberating to think about myself as an old person and to plan for that. Like, that is amazing for me. I also just recently found out of a debt that I have that I was not aware of. I don't know if that's ever happened to any of you, but it's a surprise and it's been an emotional journey. But I'm at the point now that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna pay it off. It's okay. I just will readjust. I have readjusted, and this is life. There's no perfect time to change your finances in 3 months to go from like horrible to the best ever, which I'm not even like going, whatever. I'm just saying this is part of the journey, and I'm still excited about my financial future, and I'm still trying to set myself up for the future. I'm going to pay off this debt, and this is how life goes. And it's annoying and frustrating, but it's okay. It's going to be okay. This is a reminder to you and to me to be gentle to yourself through your financial journey. Sitting outside again because it's just so nice out here. But I have a big thing to announce. I quit my job and I don't have another job lined up, which is not my comfort zone. But because of, reading this book and prioritizing my finances and my savings, I have 2 months of savings saved up, which gives me a little bit of a cushion while I find another job that's going to be a better fit for me. My previous job just wasn't working. It wasn't good for my mental health. And so I'm really grateful that I saved up this money so that I can comfortably step away and take the time that I need to find something that's a better fit for me. So I'm like proud of myself and nervous and excited and all the emotions, a whole bunch of them. But I'm excited for this next chapter of my life, and I'm grateful that I set myself up to be able to move into this next chapter comfortably. It is wild that 3 months have gone by already. Time flies when we're having fun. 3 months. Okay, so I finished reading this, and I still just totally recommend it. Read this book. If you are into improving your finances at all, it's great. It's great. I got this for like $3 or something. There's some misprinted pages, but it's working fine. I'm going to keep doing my money dates and, check in with my budget and my goals and see where I'm at, where I can improve, what I'm doing right. Take a moment to be proud of myself, all those things. Now, at the end of this 3 months, I'm not where I thought I would be. I actually have more debt because of that sneaky bill that came up that I did not know that I had. But like I mentioned at the beginning, that's not the only marker that I'm going by. I feel really proud of myself over the past 3 months. I now have a Roth IRA, which I didn't even know what that was at the beginning of all of this. And I thought it was definitely going to be too complicated for me to set up and manage by myself. But look at me now. I also just feel like I have a better relationship with money, where it's not something that I don't have. It's not something that is for other people or something that I should just spend as quickly as I get it. It's now an asset. It's building towards a better future for myself, which is so exciting to have that mindset. And I'm just really Looking forward to the next 3 months, what they bring financially wise, as well as a lot of other things. But I recommend giving yourself a challenge like this of like the next 3 months, let's see what happens. Because like I said, I actually have more debt at the end of this, but I have a better relationship with money, which is huge for me. That's major. I am excited about my financial future. I feel like I have some different goals and some different tips and tricks to help me achieve my goals. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I want to hear from you guys. What are your financial goals? What does your future self look like? How are you attaining those goals? Let me know. Let's like work together on this, because as ever, I'm still building a better life. I'm always wanting to get more information, want to see what everybody else is doing. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel so we can all build better lives together. And I'll see you next time. Adios.